All right, all right, all right. We're live. We're live. We're live. Let me just get a few guys back up in the get a couple of guys in here. Sending out these links. Okay, Dark Fates. Let's get some people in here. See all. Some old vets. It's been a while, so I don't even know how many people are even going to see this in time. 3 likes, but I'm going to put it in here. Let's put this in. Give me a second, people. Hangouts automatically translates. Okay. Let's see. Let's just get some of this on check. Terminator, Dark Fates. Dark Fates. Hangouts live now. Okay. Fates trailer. Let's put this out there. Automatically translates. Okay, whatever the hell that means. Whatever that means. Ooh.
Hello.
Yeah. Well, look, man. Look, this is an emergency session.
Okay. Is that why it went smoother to set up this stuff?
It was very smooth because the technology knew what was going on. I mean, let me ask you a question, okay?
Sure.
How did that thing get released?
Look.
How did that trailer get released? I actually no. This is a dead. I'm not even. This isn't a joke. This is not. I mean, I'm not messing around. Okay. I want you to give me a real. How did that get released?
I mean,
no, I mean because you've seen it, right?
Yes.
No. Because see, the thing is, there are many different perspectives. You know that. Listen, let me just start here, right?
Okay.
Yeah. There's Genesis. You remember the Terminator Genesis trailer? When I saw that, my reaction was like, look, this trailer doesn't look too tasty, okay? Because of what it was. Like, you're like, look at who's cast in it. Look at all of this. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with Salvation. And Salvation, I actually thought the trailer wasn't that bad. And obviously at that point, Christian Bale was still fresh on action movies. So, Equilibrium was top quality. So I was like, you know what? Look, whatever. I didn't think the whole concept was a good idea. And I wasn't really into the MacG thing. But the thing is, man, let me tell you this. I don't know if I've seen many worse trailers of a big movie than this trailer I just saw. Like, the trailer was so bad that I'm questioning why it was released. Like, it's the sort of thing that I'm like, hold off, just keep working on something and then put something out when you're ready, because people were already on the fence about this movie. Well, I mean, if people were even clowns were on the fence about this movie. But I've got to ask the question, why was this movie released? I mean, why was this trailer released?
But
have hope. Have hope. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Could you tell Phantom of Hope that we're on, please? I'm telling you what we're talking about, because listen, that trailer was absolutely one of the most amazing things.
My thing is very easy. Mine is very simple.
Oh my God.
That is the worst trailer I've ever seen in my life. Like, taking everything into account.
Wait. Okay.
Wait. Let me not. I'll explain myself. I'll explain it for the bots. Taking everything into account on what I saw, the crap I saw, what it's following, what it's trying to depict, James Cameron, his involvement, what was said, that is the worst trailer I've ever seen in my life. It's disgusting.
No, but the thing is that I know what you're. Tell Phantom of Hope, please, just so that he knows that this is happening, because I actually would say it is one of the worst trailers of it. Listen, you get bad trailers for B movies, right? I don't think I've seen many worse trailers for a big film.
Can I ask a question, please?
Talk to me.
What is the difference between this and Hobbs and Shaw?
Oh, come on.
Wait a
Chosen.
minute. No, I'm asking a serious question. Let's
Hobbs and Shaw is way better than this. Come on. Come on.
explain.
Okay. On many levels, first of all.
Uh-huh.
First of all, what Hobbs and Shaw is, tone-wise, okay? The trailer is completely in line with the kind of tone of what they of Fast and the Furious. In fact, it's actually more comedic than Fast and the Furious of what they're trying to make. There's a particular tone that you're like, okay, you know what? Look, whatever. Second of all, the action in it is way better than what I saw in that Terminator trailer, right?
Can you
And
give
it wasn't even that good. Like the Hobbs, like that's the point. Like the Hobbs and Shaw action, I thought it was, you know, I mean, like you can't. What are you going to say about that? Like, are you going to really criticize that? Like, I mean, you could. No, this is the thing. Like, you can argue as to whether you like the idea of them making Hobbs and Shaw or not. Fine. You can argue about whether you like the direction they took. Fine. But when you're looking at it, you can't say it's badly made.
This is where I need help, because I think, sometimes I think we need to slow down. So you're comparing the action for both. Okay. So again, when you say something like that, I'm envisioning, running down the skyscraper windows. I'm looking at.
Yeah, but okay, go on.
But if you slow down, that's why I need you to, because sometimes I think we go, a mile a second here. So let's just focus in on the action here. So what was so much better in some of the Hobbs and Shaw scenes that come to your mind than what we saw in the Terminator trailer? Let's name some. I mean, let's go through this piece by piece.
All right. Piece by piece, from what I remember, right? The action scene in the hallway where they're both in two different hallways through the window, not a problem. Not a problem. Like, as far as I'm concerned, that's already better than pretty much anything that was in the Terminator trailer. And I'm not even saying that was so amazing, but I'm like, if you're just saying name.
See, here's the thing. That's where I think you and I agree. But what I'm saying is that the way that you're talking, it seems like it's leaps and bounds better. That's
but this is chosen. That's the problem. That's what you're not taking account of. This is a Terminator movie.
Okay, so so fine. In that context, absolutely. But
that's the whole context. It's like,
so you're holding it to that high standard. That's the problem.
But I'm saying that take it down to a basic standard. Let's say I didn't even know it was a Terminator movie, right?
Yeah.
If I didn't even know it was a Terminator movie,
Hobbs and Shaw is a better trailer than that trash.
Thank you. By miles.
I disagree.
By miles.
I disagree with the by miles. I'm not saying it isn't better, but for me, it's the same thing. The differences are negligible.
Let me tell you this, right? I'll tell you this. I see the Hobbs and Shaw trailer.
But we see, like I think, like, you have to, because again, that's what the point that the Mac is making.
And I agree.
Context matters.
That's what I just said.
So basically, the reason what the Mac is trying to say is that Hobbs and Shaw, it knows what it is. It is supposed to be something that is a millennial, ridiculous, over the top thing, and for what it is doing that perfectly fine. But I was told by those two jokers, Tim Miller and James Cramer, I was told by those two clowns that, nah, man, this is the direct sequel to T2. We're bringing back Sarah Connor. Forget all of those other films. So, based on what those two clowns told me, and you release that complete pile of trash? No, it's worse by lots more than Hobbs and Shaw, for sure.
Okay, but you mentioned millennial type of catering. I mean, that's obviously in the Terminator film trailer as well. You would agree.
Yeah,
bro, what I saw, I didn't even know what the hell I saw. What I saw was disgraceful CGI.
Let me be honest. Look, let me be honest here. I'm talking about being completely. Be objective, be macro level. I'm not looking at this as if it's a Terminator movie now. I'm just saying, if I put on my screen and I saw that trailer, that looked trash. Like, I'm not watching that film. If I did not know that was a Terminator movie, I'd be like, what the hell is this? Seriously, I'll be like, what is this? I'm actually sure. Listen, that's the reason why I'm trying to say I can't understand why they released that, because I'm like, the movie I'm guaranteeing cannot be that. Like it's got to be better than that. So I'm like, why did you release that trailer? Like, what? How did you sit and watch? And also, do you know what? Listen, have you gone and looked at this? Have you seen the official trailer page on YouTube comments?
No.
Oh my! Listen, these guys are in big trouble.
But
Go and read the comments.
Well, when you say it has to be better, why do you think that? I mean,
because I refuse to believe that with James Cameron involved, that
but
trailer is depicting the quality of the film.
Mark, I want you to sort of really hear me when I say this, okay? Because it seems that, because we had this same sort of discussion.
All, look, before you continue, are you seeing the muscles, Annie's muscles in this icon? That is, you know, this guy was ridiculous in Predator, you know. Anyway, I just wanted to just say that because it was coming on my screen. This guy looked ridiculous in that movie. Jeez. Anyway, sorry, carry on.
Well, I think that's actually juicing, but that's a whole nother.
Yeah, but you know, look, he did it properly, so you know what are you gonna do?
Juiced properly? Okay. Well, I think we had this sort of same conversation with the Solo movies as far as expectations, and I think.
Okay, go on. I mean, you know,
very optimistic here. I think you're being very optimistic here in the same way that I think it's if you will permit me, I think it's slightly misguided because 2019 is the year of, you know, anything goes. So, you know, you say that it has to be better than the trailer. I disagree. I believe that these days they put the best bits of the movie in the trailer, and for something like this, that sort of notion goes double for something like this, because they know that this is the first iteration where these two pinnacle characters are back. So why wouldn't you put some of the best scenes, not all, but some? And I'm looking at Sarah's or Linda's mannerisms, and I'm not talking about the action scenes. I'm talking about the interactions she's having with people, like when she's on the bed and it's different. It's not, for me, it's not right. It's off. So
listen,
it's one of those things where if that is what she's going to put on the table, I feel comfortable betting you a good amount of money that it's not going to be any better than the trailer. Steak dinner.
Bro, look, all I'm saying is
well, hold on.
Basically, this is all about James Cameron. This whole conversation is about James Cameron, bro. That's what it's about.
But why? He lied. I mean, they lie. I don't understand. Slap your name on it. That automatically, that's going to galvanize people like you two. I'm going to be honest. I'm not really a Terminator fan like that. But the fact that his name is on there and you're bringing it up.
Okay, look, but chosen one. Listen, forget all of that. Okay, I'm talking about on a basic level. On a basic level, when I'm looking at that trailer, did you see? I mean, look at the bad guys. Look at the Terminator. Like, I'm just like, forget everything. Let's say I didn't even know what Terminator was. I'd watch this, and do you know what I would think? I would think that this is like some teen. You know, like the Society on Netflix or something. Like, and even that, the trailer was actually better than this. Like, I would just think it's some teen action film. Like, I seriously would just think it was like a teeny bopper thing. I wouldn't take it seriously. Like, if I didn't know this was like a continuation of Terminator, I just think I some teeny bopper.
It is not. It is not a continuation of Terminator. It is not.
Yeah, but that's what they're calling it.
In the same way that Episode 7 is not a continuation of Return of the Jedi.
We know this, but that's what they call it.
Look, they can call it whatever they want in the same way that James Cameron can slap his name on it. That's what I'm trying to get at. Anything goes in this year, where we can say anything. I mean, there's a difference between saying something is part of something that came prior and you actually making it feel that way. I mean, the best example I can give is what Coogler did with Creed 1. I mean, that actually felt like a Rocky continuation instead of you telling me about it. So, you know.
Yeah, but wait a minute, but you see, that's what I'm trying to say. You're
Yep.
talking about realities. I'm just talking about
all
what I
right.
watch.
Go ahead.
No, because I agree with you. Like, who's going to argue with that?
Um,
I agree with that. Like, obviously, like, I'm just talking about the fact that, listen, of course, this is not Terminator. Like, of Terminator finished in T2. That's a
I-
foregone conclusion.
so then I guess my question is, why doesn't the conversation stop? I mean, that's it. That's all.
Because, listen, do you think I was going to do this talkback? Do you think that this was even going to happen? This talkback is happening purely because I was shocked. I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I honestly, of course, we knew that. Listen, I saw the posters and all of that sort of stuff, and I saw was there a teaser that came out? No teaser. I can't remember. Points I'm making is this: it is not what I was expecting it not to be great. I didn't think it was going to be. Listen, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
I think that's the difference between you and I. I can believe it being this bad. That's. I think that's the difference. In the same way that you didn't think Solo could bomb the way that it did, I saw coming.
Well, did I? Wait a minute. Was I surprised it bombed?
You were surprised that. I think so. Yeah, you were.
I can't even remember, man.
Dude, that's. I think. I don't know. I just. Again, I think you have a level of optimism that I am missing, because anything goes now, and I see these guys a mile away. I don't know how you feel, Have Hope, but I mean,
no. But see, Chosen, I think the thing that you're missing is, of course, we know that basically. I knew it was going to essentially be trash. But I didn't think it was going to, and I think what you're missing is the particular flavor of trashness we were given. Hence why, when you look at Hobbs and Shaw, that's the kind of trash I expect. Oh, yeah, so yeah, that's trash. Yeah, that's the trash I expect. The trash that I saw, which is what I'm surprised that you're missing, is that was like, no, really bad. That's like even beyond the trash I'm expecting, because for you, you're like, oh yeah, this is just trash I'm expecting. No. Did you see the CG? Did you see the effects? Did you see what was happening? Did you see how stupid it was? Stupid. It looked stupid. So it's like, that's why this isn't just regular 2019 trash.
Listen, mates, Chosen, I don't even understand the trailer. You get what I'm saying? I don't understand the Terminator's ability. Like, when he held that bar on the truck, and then he sort of went through the windscreen and then became another version. Can he multiply? Is that it?
No, I think that's the point. I think he can just maybe make many people. He can multiply into many people.
So he can make like 10.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Okay, you know what? That is bloody stupid. That's just that is just stupid. Okay, if that's the ability, because you know what, I saw that and I didn't know what I was watching, and I'm like, is this what I think it is? Like, he can make many versions of. So then why don't he just make?
What I thought would be interesting, what I thought was initially happens, that anything he grabs, he can then imitate the texture of that item.
Yeah, but what's the point of that?
No. I mean, like, so whatever, whether it's iron, whether it's electricity or something, he can morph into that and somehow take up the kind of effects of that, and then attack you with the kind of. I just thought it was something based on that, where you're basically mimicking objects in the world. I thought that was
that would be silly, though. I mean, like, that would be a silly ability. Like, for what?
So that's the Hulk villain, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I'm like, come on. You know what? The problem that they have here is that liquid metal, it's finished.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you can't go beyond that.
Liquid metal.
I think like he basically creatively he maxed out there. You know,
you're finished. Like, and also, like, these people. You know what? Let me be real with you, and I have to be honest. And I said to this Chosen One offline. T3 was rubbish, but it was still not terrible. Like, I watched T3 in the cinema, and I was like, you know what? The way T3 ended, I didn't feel like, like it was like okay. And also the ability of TX, I was like, okay, electrical power that can power things. I'm like, what I'm trying to say is this, right? T2 is we've said this over and over again. Every time that they make a new one, we're like, T2 is the over. The problem with this, and I think what I'm trying to say, Chosen One, and what Half Hope is saying, is that the kind of bad is the kind of bad you get from like Twilight 5. Or like, not even Twilight. Twilight was actually quite. I'm trying to think of something that was akin to this, because I was very surprised. I'm like watching. I'm like, this is crazy. I can't believe this. Okay, you know what? Check this out, right? We've insulted episode 9, right? That trailer is about maybe 100 times better than this trailer.
See, that's okay. Okay.
Like, the kind of bad we're talking about with that trailer is like we're annoyed at like what's happening in it and what it represents. The episode 9 trailer, the quality of the trailer is very high. Like, that's not the issue. The issue you're arguing about episode 9 is that you're annoyed about the events in it. Like, I'm talking about with this thing, you're like, what in the name of all that is good on this planet is this? Why would you put this out? You're viewing it differently. I'm just trying to say that, look, if what you're telling me, right, is that is the best bits of that thing, well,
not all, but I'm sure that is part of the best bits. I am sure of that.
So then we've got a problem. And also, what is the story? Like, how is Arnie old?
Wait, look. So what? He's now a guy because he didn't look like a Terminator. He looked like a guy in a.
You know, maybe they found the man that they modeled him on.
Yeah, I think that's what some guys were saying online, that maybe like he is like a scientist and this is the model that made the science. But if it's that, but because remember this is after T2, so it's like,
yeah, but it's after T2, is the day after, and yeah, you know what the hell is going on?
The day after. You said it's the day after.
Yeah, it's like it's the day after T2. So a few days after T2, you find the dude who you just melted in molten lava.
Yeah, but also no, the problem.
And where's John Connor?
Yeah, but why is he old though? That's the thing. It's like if you just found him, fine, but he'd be the same age that he was in T1.
Yeah.
If they're modeling him on unless like I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. Because they said it's the day after Judgment Day. Like if this was like, oh my God, look, why is she old? Like where did she come
from? That's why it can't be the day after. It can't be.
No,
because
clearly
it doesn't make sense.
It must be, they must have come from a different timeline. So they brought like, Linda Hamilton from a different timeline to the day after Judgment Day to try and stop something from, because Judgment Day has happened. And second of all, if Judgment Day, wait, I'm going to ask you a question, guys, because I'm confused. If Judgment Day has happened, shouldn't there like be nuclear radiation and stuff? Like, how are they just walking around? Judgment Day was nukes, right? Didn't they nuke everybody?
Yeah. Like there was like a massive nuclear explosion.
Yeah, because remember that scene where all their bodies were getting
in the park. Yeah.
Yeah. So there's radiation.
Come on, I don't know if it's.
I mean, and look, for you to listen, that's another point. For you to release a trailer of that length, and about 3/4 of the way through, I just realized that I have no idea what this movie is about. They're not even using the Terminator music.
Oh yeah, it was like some kind of like rock kind of.
It was. What was our some like teen rock? These people are. You know what? Look, I'm fascinated. It was just a track. My Lord, like, listen, man. You know what? I think that this movie might make 75p. I think it might make 75p. Seriously. I'm shocked. I'm shocked. I'm speechless. I don't know what to say. I mean, I know that guys here like Chosen One is like he was expecting it. I'm shocked.
Look, basically, James Cameron is a very sick man. That's the thing. He's a very sick man. That's just the thing. He's a sick dude, man.
Wait, what makes you say that? Like,
no, like you know that's trash. You know it's trash. But you've released a featurette. You're doing things with me and say, no, this is the one. But you know that it's crap.
I mean, I've got to agree with that because I'm like, look, you're James Cameron, man. This guy on the levels this guy operates at, there is no way you're watching that and you don't realize that this thing is nuts. Like this is, I'm just like, it's just not possible.
That's why it makes it. You know it's trash, but you're still doing featurettes.
It looks, you know what? I was about to say it looks worse than Deadpool, but you know what? It's kind of is the same thing, you know. So I mean, I can't even say that. So how do you know what? Let's go through this. T3, Sarah Connor Chronicles, Salvation, Genesis. What am I missing? Am I missing anything?
Salvation.
Yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
There's T3, Sarah Connor Chronicles, Salvation, Terminator Genesis. That's it, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, so you've had 4 shots. 4 shots. This is your 5th shot. 5th. How they? And you know what? Out of all of them, do you know what the sort of best one was? Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
It really was. I actually remember that. And I remember when I saw it and I'm like, oh, you know, I was insulting it. What is the craziest thing about it is that Lena Headey has been the best, like, non-Linda Hamilton Sarah Connor.
Oh, God.
That version has been the best Terminator version that wasn't T1 or T2.
Yeah.
And at the time, I was, look, the video is probably even still on this channel. I was trashing this thing, blah, 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 blah. As it turns out, that was, when I think about it, you remember the whole tone of it was way more appropriate.
The sad thing is you're right. You're absolutely right.
No, you remember the whole tone of that show? I watched the pilot. I'm like, this thing, when I reflect back now, because at the time, I insulted the hell out of it. Summer Glow was the woman, the girl. I insulted it. Now, when I think about it, I'm like, the whole tone was completely like that was Terminator tone. I just didn't like the story. I was like, this is just silly. Why are you doing this? Whatever. But the tone and the whole feeling of it was very, very connected to T1 and T2. It was like more or less the same sort of thing. You know, I just didn't think it was. I mean, I even remember the villain in it, you know, who came to the school to try and kill her in school. You know, who he was pretending to be a teacher. Do you know that that sequence is more tense than anything in this trailer I just watched? You remember, because he came to the classroom and was calling out names to try and find.
I didn't see it.
Say what?
I didn't see that. I didn't watch it.
I mean, I didn't watch the whole pilot. I mean, look, guys. I mean, look. Look. We're finished. As a society, it's over. When you're putting out Terminator trailers like this, it's a sign of the times. Sign of the times.
No, it's no. I mean, it is sad, man. I think the worst thing is, I mean, there are actually people who are actually somewhat semi-excited, like,
really?
Oh, like, oh, until the end it wasn't so good. Oh, like, oh, this actually looks. I'm like, I don't think, basically, I've not heard anyone else call that complete and utter rubbish.
Oh, go to the page. Go to the trailer page. I was reading. That's how I even go there. People are like, which is why I was like, where did you see people who were calling it good? Like, I haven't seen any.
Terminator Dark Fate.
Go to the actual, don't go to all the fan, go to the actual Paramount or whatever it is.
Oh, God.
Post it.
You can't fool me twice. I don't trust this franchise. No one. Literally no one. Yeah, didn't know.
No one. Just keep scrolling. Keep scrolling. Literally, like, there's nobody. Every single
wait a minute. David Goyer wrote this.
Well, I mean, I did see that. I forgot. Yeah, I did see that. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Okay. Emitter. So there's going to be an emitter in it somewhere.
Yes.
I mean,
someone said this is fan made.
comments say it all. Because you know how it usually is. You go to the comments, and even if you know what's going on, the page, you know, you'll be reading like people in denial. Nobody is even in denial.
Nope.
That's how far this has got. Like nobody's even in denial. Guys are just like, what?
I've only seen one positive comment out of 50 so far.
And what did it say? What did the positive one say?
Sarah Connor is back. No, she isn't, but that's okay.
Wait a minute. Is that all it was said?
That's it.
You see? I mean, look, read some of the comments. Let's hear some of those comments.
Some of these I don't even think are real people. No, this is not a real person. No.
Do you know what the sick thing is? Terminator 2 came out in 1991, and if let's say I was an alien and I watched the T2, like scenes from T2 and scenes from this film,
it was from
I would think that T2 came out a lot later, and I was like, oh man, look, Dark Fate obviously came out in the 80s or something when they were still trying to figure out effects and everything.
Yeah.
That's the embarrassing thing. Like
Listen.
T2 looks like it was made like 20 years after that crap.
Listen, that's a very good point. If I saw those two films, the trailers of those two movies, I would definitely think T2 came out after Dark Fate. 100%. Like I'll just from the quality of it, I'll be like, obviously, that's the old movie. The special effects in T2 look better. That's from 91. Did you see the bit where the metal bar scratched her arm? Now, listen, on many levels, there's a problem with that. So the first level is like, what's the point of that? What's the point? Like, what's the point of that? To show us that there's metal underneath? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't even understand the reason. And the thing is that, I haven't seen one like you before. You look almost human. I am human. What? Is that like mental disorder or something? Like,
no, she's probably like a hybrid or something. Like, I don't know, man. Look.
yeah, but they did that already with Salvation.
Okay. So they did it and they're gonna do it again. Jeez.
Yeah, because that was the whole premise of Salvation, though. The whole premise was like he thought he was a person.
It's
Listen, man,
mess, man.
Mac G's movie is now looking like a masterpiece.
Mac G.
No, I'm dead serious.
No, yeah, because like I've not seen Terminator 3 or Genesis, but I can tell you that Salvation.
You know what? Listen, I tried to watch Genesis. Oof. Let me tell you this. Salvation is looking now with what I'm seeing is looking like a masterpiece. I will be honest though, and I've said it from day one. T3 wasn't crap. It wasn't crap. Like it just, and I'll always be honest. Like I'm never going to just call a movie crap just for the hell of calling it crap. T3 wasn't crap. It's just not good as a Terminator. Like it's just a pointless film to have been made when you're taking into account that T2 and 1 exist. T2, the ending of that movie, it is over with. There's nowhere to go. And the movie was too good. The movie is too good. So T2 is too good. So it's like there's nothing. When a movie ends like that and the movie is too good.
Yeah, there's no point.
There's no point.
But then I think it's people's temptation is like, oh man, I think because it just shows you how amazing that film was. Because it was so amazing and there was so much stuff in there. The fact that people you're still trying again, and trust me, when this fails and this bombs, they'll try again and again and again. They'll keep on trying.
Yeah, but people are gonna listen. You know what? They are. I think that they are killing it because I don't think a lot of people are gonna come back. I think this is it, man. That trailer. Listen, That trailer is a torpedo. That trailer was a Have you looked at the comments? Look at the comments. Chosen One said that he went through 50 comments. He couldn't find, he found one. That's the problem. I mean, like I said, I mean, look, I think I'm sitting here, I'm tired. I had a long day. I've got a lot of things on my mind. I don't really want to, and listen, I went to IMDb and I saw the poster and it said that official trailer. And I'm like, what? The official trailer came out? And I just clicked it thinking that I'm going to see it's just going to be rubbish. I'm just going to watch it and be like, yeah, here we go again. As this thing got going, I was like, what the hell? Listen, did you see the parts when Sarah Connor came out of her car?
She looked like a Terminator.
Not only that, like it looked like green screen. In my opinion.
I mean, look, the best part of the trailer was Sarah Connor, and that was it, because it's just like, oh wow, Sarah Connor, and you just basically it's like a cheap movie because it's not good in and of itself, but it's just like, oh, Sarah Connor, and you're just reminding and just having memories of T2.
You know what? I didn't even care. I didn't care. I mean, I'm like, listen, forget the female Terminator. Did you see the guy who, like, why did you cast somebody who looks like, he just looks like a guy?
Yeah, Diego Luna.
Yep. What?
Diego Luna.
Look, man, let me tell you this, right? Let me just put this on the table. In my opinion, if I were these guys, I would go back to the drawing board. First of all, you're going to need to make a new trailer really quick and put that thing out. Seriously, because you can't let this sit for like months. You can't. Like, they've got to put something else out. And you know what? I have a funny feeling another trailer is going to come out quickly. Seriously. Because
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I think in the next like 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to get another trailer where they'll just make it as if, say, this is the Terminator trailer or the Sarah Connor trailer, as if it was planned. But it will be to counteract the reaction. Because I think, this thing only came out some hours ago, right?
Yeah.
Within the next like 48 hours, the impact of what I watched on the future of this movie, I think they've got to put something, because I know what you're saying, that, I truly do not believe that trailer is reflective of the quality of the movie. It cannot be.
You said you don't believe that?
I just don't believe that. I can't believe that James Cameron will be involved and he's going to put out a movie. Nah.
But we've already established he's a storyteller, like, so, and I don't mean, the literal sense, but when you say James Cameron is involved, how involved is he? I mean, how do you know? I mean, we know his name is on it, but again, those are selling points to grab people like yourself.
Yeah, but like Half Hope is saying, the guy has been doing press for it and been talking at doing what do they call it? What are those things called? The
featurettes.
Featurette. When you're doing a featurette, come on, Chosen. Come on, man. Let's get real.
Well, you know where I'm betting, so all my chips are there.
What are you?
All my chips are there. It's going to be just as bad as the trailer. Sorry.
Okay. What do you think the box office is going to be? US and then international.
I don't know. I don't see this thing making more than 300. I'd say, because it's a Terminator film, I don't see it making more than 300 mil worldwide.
You know what? I don't know if it's going to make 300.
Wait, do you know what the saddest thing is? Because I watched the interview thing with James Cameron and Simila, and basically, when Simila was just describing his love for the film, he basically began to cry. And I don't want to seem harsh. I'm not just thinking of him crying at what I just watched. It's like, again, like, you don't want to just seem bad, but like, I know that this is emotional for you and this is a great thing for you and this means so much to you, but bro, what you put out there. I mean,
Listen, man. I didn't know that, so I don't want to. I don't want to say anything again. Because you should have told me that before everything I said. I didn't know that he was crying. No, but I mean, I don't mean to laugh, but I'm like, I did not know that because I would have probably not said it the way I was saying it. Because I look, the trailer I saw is somebody who doesn't care. Somebody who's taking the mic. That's what it looks like.
That's what makes it so bad, because if you don't know that, you think that's okay. Whoever directs that is obviously a clown who doesn't give a damn.
Oh God.
Look, let me be real, man. You know what? I should not. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Like, if I knew, I would not have. I wouldn't have insulted a guy like that, man.
But look, man, you can't put that out, man. You can't put that out there like that, man. I'm sorry, man. That's ridiculous, bro.
I mean, no, I agree. I mean, look, like, now you've said that, I've now got to really let me take a step back. I mean, so the guy tried, clearly.
Oh no, it's like, this means a lot to him. Like when he was telling the story, he's like, this was like one of his dreams and everything. So it means a lot to him. So,
I mean, that's crazy because, wow, okay. I mean, I didn't know that.
But it's one of those, okay, even if you can care as much as you want, your skill level is your skill level. Your psychology is your psychology. I'm going to say your skill level and your psychology is that, because trust me, that is this guy maxing out. So in his view, that scene with the Terminator jumping up, looking like a cartoon and throwing the thingy, for him, that's like, this is me at my optimum.
Did you see you know that there was a scene with two planes crashing into each other?
Yeah, I mean, look,
and you know what,
that was the icing on the cake. That was the icing on the cake.
I thought that was like MGS. No, I'm actually serious. Like, it looks like that's MGS cutscene.
See, now I can't touch. No, you know what? I'm sorry. That trailer was a pile of crap, and I'm sorry. Like, I know you cried and everything. That trailer was a pile of crap.
No, because that's what I'm trying to say. Like, look, that particular scene again is what I'm trying to say. Is like, why is that? Look, when a thing looks like that, my first thought is, why did you have to put that in the movie? Just what's the point? And why in a Terminator movie is there a plane crash in midair with two regular aeroplanes? Like, just doesn't, like, I mean, you see, this is what I'm trying to say. Like, when you're trying to sell the movie, I'm like, you're putting things in the trailer to sell the film. And I'm like, if I'm watching a trailer for a Terminator movie and I'm seeing stuff like that, what's confusing me is like, why you'd even put that in the trailer, because I'm like, that's not going to make me want to watch it. You see what I'm saying? Like, why? You know, it's like, it's supposed to make you go, wow, look at two planes crashing into each other, and the planes look like Virgin Atlantic and British Airways. Like, it doesn't even look like, you know, some new age thing. So, I mean, listen, man, look, this is what I say this, right? Oh God, I can't even talk about that because Chosen hasn't. Okay, so forget that. Anyway, moving on. Like, I was gonna add a point I was gonna make, but I can't even. Like, I can't make it now. It was a Game of Thrones reference.
No.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Come on, Chosen. Do you really care?
Yes, I care.
Oh, give me a break.
I don't care about the show, but I care about the story and being spoiled. Let me be clear about that. That's where.
Yeah, but George R.R. Martin said that he's not even going to do what they did anyway. So.
Well, that's the thing. I can't decipher between what they're going to do and what he's going to do, so I don't want to take any chances.
Yeah. You know, the guy is not even going to finish those books for like 20 years anyway.
Don't say that. Don't say.
No, it's true. What? Look, when did the last book come out?
2011.
Ha! Jeez. That book ain't coming out, man. 2011. Do you know how old I was then? I was a young guy. That's a long time ago. That's a long, long time ago. Second of all, you see how they're insulting my guy, Big Will Drew Hill?
Oh no! He's been getting rave reviews.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
good.
like no, the initial things that they were insulting me initially, but now like, look, I respect Robin Williams and everything. Once Will Smith starts doing ad libs in the Prince Ali thing, I'm sorry, that's already beats Robin Williams. So it's like a cheat code. So, but yeah, they've been saying that he's actually like really good. That he put his own stamp on the genie. Prince
I'm only going to
Ali,
watch
yo,
that.
yeah, whoa, yeah, Big Will, Prince Ali, what, Big Will. Basically, if I can just have an edit of just his genie scenes, that's all I need.
The only reason why I'm watching that thing is because of that guy. Like, if he wasn't in that
What other reason is there?
I would not be. I'm going strictly because Will Smith is the genie.
But see, that's me. Like, I'm not sure that I can actually sit through and because I'm not a fan of the Aladdin cartoon. So I don't know that I can sit through an Aladdin film with those songs. Nah, man, too cringy, man.
I never liked that thing. I mean, and also it's like this is supposed to be in Baghdad, and it's like then and on the bread line around the block.
Look, Disney are sick. They made a cub a white man, a lion. They made a lion white.
Look, Hakuna Matata. Rest of
and the only African voice is Rafiki, the baboon. Guys are sick, man.
Look,
guys are sick racist people, man. That was I would say Basil the Great Master has always been the best cartoon. All that trash forget that trash.
Man. Ratigan is one scary guy, man.
No. The whole cartoon is amazing. Ratchet, his second in command. That guy is bloody amazing.
Ratigan. Look, man, Basil the Great Master Detective is a very, very underrated, unknown masterpiece.
It's an amazing film. Like it's Disney for me. My personal opinion, it's Disney's best film.
No, I mean, to be honest, let's be real, and I know it's just too cheesy.
Beauty and the Beast. Oh no! Like for me, I think taking everything into account objectively, Beauty and the Beast. But yeah. I just think that on a trying to do different things, an edgy level and creativity level. Now Basil had some very. I was doing things very differently, man. Very different.
Yeah, Basil's fantastic. But I just think that because remember when I watched Beauty and the Beast, I actually didn't expect to like it. Like I didn't even watch it for years when it came out.
There's a reason why it was nominated for an Oscar.
And I watched that movie. I'm like, bloody hell, that thing was seriously good. You know what I mean? The cartoon, anyway. I haven't watched the film. So yeah. No, Beauty and the Beast, and also it has some good tracks in there. No one's slick as Gaston takes cheap shots like Gaston. No one's next as incredibly thick as Gaston. That's what I remember. Anyway, look, back to Terminator. I don't have anything
crap, man.
Like I mean, like I said, I think we've I think that's everything that needs to be said. Honestly, like I'm just waiting for the next because I think they have to release another trailer. The thing is that it doesn't really affect me because I wasn't going to watch it anyway, so it's fine. It's what doesn't really have any impact. I think the thing about it though is that I'm just surprised of what I saw. That's the issue. I watched it and I'm like, wow, I can't believe they put this out. That's the real thing. It's like, but I'm not, sitting here thinking that, I'm so disappointed and all of a sudden, like the plans that I had to get my advanced screening tickets and all that stuff is, no. Nah. Oh, wow. I didn't even know that there were people chatting in this, in the chat room. Yeah, man. I mean, look, is there anything else anything else that needs to be
Tim Miller, man, the guys, bro, that guy, scary, very scary.
Where's that siren coming from? Of the cops?
Not sure, man.
Chosen, is that you?
I don't hear any sirens on my side.
So where's the sirens coming from? Wow, okay. That's strange. Listen, man, you know what? Oh, and by the way, okay, has everybody seen John Wick 3?
No,
Oh, God. What are you doing, man?
I'm busy.
Look, Chosen One is going to be the next great creator in Hollywood, man. He's working on some big projects, man. He's going to change Hollywood for the better.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Chosen One, don't put yourself down. You're changing Hollywood for the better. I've heard your name on the streets. You're the next big thing. You're going to take Hollywood to the next frontier. Okay,
What street? What street did you hear my name on?
Not every all the streets, but mainly the Hollywood streets. Hollywood, what's it called? Hollywood Boulevard, is that what it's called?
What the hell are you talking about? Oh, by the way, I'm going to tell you guys a little secret, okay? Marks and Spencer food is amazing.
Oh yeah, it might be my computer.
It's your fan. It's your fan. That's what
Briefly about Watchmen, or if you want to save that for another. I've got a lot to say on that. So
what do you have to say on Watchmen? I don't know what talk.
The Watchmen, yeah.
Back to me.
But I think we should save that for another talk because I actually have to go.
Listen, I'll say this before I get out of here. Like Watchmen, as far as I'm concerned, is a comic. Like everything else that has been made of that thing doesn't exist. It's a graphic novel. Like, how are you going to make a Watchmen thing without Alan Moore involved? Like,
Alan Moore.
I mean, to me, it just doesn't make, because when you read that thing, you're like, this is like it's somebody's book, man. Like, you can't. How are you now going to try and? It's just, I mean, and it goes without saying, because you watch the trailer and you're like, this thing is so uninspired. It's so uninspired. It's like, damn, man, that thing does sound like a siren.
Like, what the heck is that?
This is fun.
But anyway, I gotta get going, guys.
All right. Let's just can it now. All right, guys. Thanks for joining into this broadcast. It's been fun. It's been exciting. It's been emotional. It's been engaging, insightful, enlightening, mesmerizing.
Shout out to Tim Miller, man. You know, you did your best, bro.
You're patronizing the man. You said that the guy was crying, and you're trying to insult him.
Come on, forget
Once
that
you
guy.
told me that, that's why I stopped saying insulting things.
That guy's a joker, man.
Oh, hush. Where's Brand Singer actually at these days?
In court.
Look, I don't think he would have revealed. Is that that guy's fighting some very serious charges, man. So,
Yep.
Oh, wait a minute. Did they charge him on something?
So you've not heard about the whole sexual?
Yeah, but I didn't know how they charged. Did they? I didn't know he was involved in that.
Okay. No. Yeah, he's okay. I don't know whether there's a charge on him, but he is involved in a sexual indecent act kind of thing. So that's why they took his name off of.
That's rumor. I don't think that they actually charged the guy.
Basically, the reason why he's basically undercover, so he's not working on anything because the guy's like they're still doing investigations on the guy. So,
whoa, that's what, because that guy has been low key. So he's not going to be able to come back, because I'm like, if that's the case, then anytime you come back, then I didn't know that was what was going on with the guy. Because aren't you a Brand Singer fan, Benji?
No, I'm not. I thought you were.
Listen, man, Brand Singer is my favorite director. He is. Oh wow. Okay, Chosen has gone. All right. Hello.
Yo.
Anyway, look, that was good. I enjoyed that. That was to get that off my chest. It was good. Oh, this is just like the old days. Have hope, isn't it?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
the good old. Yeah,
the good old days, man.
Yeah. Second of all, why did Dutch throw his bag out first?
Because that's how he rolled, man. Because he was the final guy, and geez, that guy's bicep is actually pretty big.
That's what I was. That's like, you see what
Yeah,
I'm
I just
saying?
noticed, you know.
Look
And
at
also remember, like, this is, I think it's like
After.
years after he had finished bodybuilding.
Thank you. That is the reason why and you guys didn't say anything. I was like, okay, fine. And
That
you're
is
saying
that is
juicy.
actually scary. Like, look at the level of the vein, and oh my gosh.
Look at the muscles.
But you know, I follow his look. I don't mean offense to his other kids, but I follow his actual real son on Instagram, and like because you know he's basically bodybuilding and everything.
I know, yeah.
Like if that guy can, like, I just don't know how good his acting is, but that's literally is Annie's son.
No, that guy.
That is his child. What's it called? Joseph Boehner.
You know, I know. I actually started looking at his Instagram, man. I'm like, this guy, man. If that guy can just get some muscles, man, that's all he needs. Just get to a decent level. You know, I mean, it doesn't have to be at the same level as Annie.
I mean, it's probably going to take like a year or so. But
oh no, more than that. Do you know how long it takes to get this sort of levels of muscles? That guy's got to do at least 5 to 7 years of proper training. This is not just, you see, the thing about Annie's muscles, that this is mature muscles. Like you can't, you know, when all these movie stars just do a quick training thing to get muscles for a movie and everything, and you look at them, that's the reason why it doesn't look like the levels of like Terry Crews, you know. That's like proper, that's when a guy has been training for bloody decades, you know, because it takes ages to get to look like that. Ages and ages and ages.
But he doesn't need to look like that. He doesn't need to
look like that. I feel like for him to really solidify and step above all these other guys, because yes, he's got Annie's genes, right? So he has his face, he has his whole like body shape and all that. The guy just needs to get like a certain level of muscles, you know. And I mean, see, that's the messed up thing about it. Is like, if somebody was for real, right? You would just train this guy and put him in Terminator. And I don't even want a Terminator movie anymore. Like I don't, right? But if you really did, then that's what, because I'm just like,
I mean, like what we're being offered is so trash.
It's so, that's what I'm trying to say. It's like you just, and listen, to be honest, it's what you said is true. It's like, you know, I don't know if the guy can act, you know, so.
Oh, no, and also it's like Annie was unique because Annie was his accent, his character.
Yeah, but you know what? That's part of why I feel like it might be interesting, because this guy is just American.
Yeah,
you know, so it would be a really interesting, if he can actually act a little bit, it would be really interesting, because like it's like an American Annie. You know. And all he needs is like, listen, it's all about,
I mean, basically, if someone is smart, I think, if let's say, again, depending on his acting, I think he has to do a film with Annie.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That's the way he plays, because again, he looks so much like his son that if he does do a film where whether it's Conan or something, I think that would be the best thing to break him in, because again, anybody was thinking like, my gosh, this guy is Annie's son.
I mean, it would just depend on how the family's dynamic is, whether that would be an issue for the family or not, you know.
Because what family?
His family.
Wait, you mean the Annie's family or the Boehner's family?
Annie's family.
Well, look, forget those guys.
Oh, come on, man. I mean, look, let's be real. Like the guy, you know, I mean, look,
look, everybody, the secret is out. He just called himself Joseph Schwarzenegger. Why call himself Joseph Boehner? Look, he did what he did. It's out.
No, I know, but he's doing it out of respect for his mother, though. That's why he's doing
probably,
it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
So I mean, I understand all that. That's fine. I think, look, at some points he's going to take Schwarzenegger and do that as well. I think at some point.
No, you have to. I mean, it's like once you, because again, nobody's going to cast a guy called Joseph Boehner. If your name is Joseph Schwarzenegger and you look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, boom. Already, you can basically sell a film off of that. This is Schwarzenegger's son, and he looks like his son.
The thing is that he looks so much like him; it's hilarious.
Doesn't it? Like,
it's hilarious.
That's what basically, when you look at his other kids, they don't really look like him.
They have some features, you know, but
yeah, I mean, but basically, it's like sort of like basically, you know what? They resemble him.
Yes,
this guy is like a carbon copy.
He's a carbon. No, do you know what it's like? It's like Ice Cube and his son.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Because Ice Cube's son it's the same person. It's like a reincarnated version of
just a bit lighter skin, and
a
that's it.
bit
Just,
lighter. Yeah, I mean, it's
just,
like
but they're the
the same
same.
guy. So this is the same. It's the same thing because you look at Joseph Biden, I'm like, wow, man. When you think of Annie in the 70s, this looks like the same
Yeah,
person.
no. It's because I watch his Instagram lives and everything, and they do have similar mannerisms because he's basically like a joke and basically cracks jokes, and even their mannerisms are a bit similar. So it's like,
Yeah, no, nice. It's he's got a
I mean, if the guy just plays his cards right, finds the right scripts, right story,
plus, you know
that
what
could
the
be
interesting
interesting.
thing is? Out of all Annie's children, he's the only one who like really does bodybuilding.
Yeah, that's it. Basically, it just shows you that like that's why it's his son. Because how can you be Annie's child and you're not doing
How are
bodybuilding?
you not in the gym?
Yeah, it's like, give me a break.
Like, do you know that? Listen, Christopher Schwarzenegger. I'm like, mate, you've got to have his genes. So if you went to the gym, you'd probably be big.
Yeah. Oh no, or isn't it Patrick Schwarzenegger? Or?
Oh, Patrick Schwarzenegger. No, he has a one called Christopher Schwarzenegger. I think.
Okay. All right.
His other brother. Yeah, Patrick Schwarzenegger is the oldest. What I'm trying to say is that yes, okay, look, whichever kid, right? I'm sure if you go to the gym, you're going to be big.
Yeah,
Because Annie when you look at Annie when he was 20, this guy it was ridiculous. Drugs or no drugs. I don't know whether he was taking anything or not. So I'm just thinking, and I think it's a good thing that the guy, and it's a good thing that the guy is, what do they call it? He went to school, he did his university and everything. That's good. I'm happy for him. But mate, you need to get some scripts. I mean, if I had the wherewithal, can you imagine? That's what I'm saying. I'm like, any action guy who's making action movies, like, what's that guy, Hyams? What's that guy? David Hyams?
Or Peter Hyams or something.
No, the younger one, his son.
John Hyams, maybe.
Yeah. Get that guy in a movie. I'll put that guy in movies because it's like, get him some basic acting coaching for like a few months to just get him up to speed. Get him to like get the movie. The movie is not too complicated. Raw Deal 2, Red Heat 2, Commando 2. That's what I do. I just make Commando 2. That should be his first movie, Commando 2, or like King Conan. I put him as Conan's son or something.
Listen, I think Conan would be, because that's a good way to now lead into another franchise.
Yeah, but the problem with King Conan is that if you put Joseph Biden as King Conan in the movie, I don't think he's going to be good enough to carry anything yet. Which is why I think it would be better that they put Annie and him, or put him in like a B-level Annie movie like Raw Deal 2, or Commando 2, Red Heat 2, Running Man. A Running Man sequel. Running Man is actually too high level. Like something that it wouldn't matter if the movie doesn't succeed. It's just more about the fun of like being able to see this guy in a movie and be like, whoa, man, that guy looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like I think that would be interesting. Because we've got a whole new generation, like John David Washington, who's actually a good actor, who's coming out and is very similar to Denzel Washington. You've got O'Shea Jackson, who is.
Yeah, I mean, O'Shea Jackson ain't really the greatest. I mean, yeah,
he's not but he's good enough, and he looks exactly like Ice Cube, right? This guy,
yeah, I mean,
because of how big, because Arnie is like a folk hero. It's like this guy is like a legendary figure. Like do you know what it's like? It's like if Stallone's son looked exactly like him.
Yeah, no, but I think it's one thing. Is like having the genes and the whole vibe and everything. That's.
Yeah, but I don't think anybody's going to be like Arnie again. You're never. No. It's just never going to happen. Like this guy is like, you're never going to get a guy like that again. So we can just forget about a replica. Look at how the guy is behaving now, and he's like 74 years old. So it's like you're never going to get that. But I think it's like, for example, listen, you were never going to get Kirk Douglas again, but Michael Douglas, look what he did.
Yeah, he basically carved his own niche,
his own thing. Like he's completely different to what Kirk Douglas was. And the thing is that a lot of people, like, we knew who Kirk Douglas was because we were watching like old films. But most people in my generation don't even know who he was because you didn't have the sort of same film background that I had, where we just, sitting around watching Ben-Hur and What was that other? What was that other movie?
Spartacus.
Spartacus. No, sorry, Ben Hur was Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
Spartacus and what was that gangster movie? Was it? What was that gangster movie this guy was in again? I'll find it. Well, basically, it's like those sorts of things. It's like then you get, like, for example, you know what? Like, it's the reason why it's very hard for me to really say anything negative about Clint Eastwood. Do you know how famous this guy was back then? Clint Eastwood was a legend, like in the 70s.
In the 60s, he was a star.
He was a star in the 60s, but by the 70s, he was already like by the 80s, when I was young, Clint Eastwood was like a legendary actor who had been around for 20 years or something, you know, by the early 80s. So to think this guy is still alive and making films in 2018, 2019 is unbelievable. And as for Kirk Douglas, he's proved himself because Kirk Douglas is still alive.
Yeah, I think he's like 100 now.
102.
Wow.
That, I mean, you know what, Kirk Douglas, man, like, look, you know what, look, because you watch those old films and you're like, you know, he's acting like he's a big time guy. You are a big time guy because you're 102 years old. And life has probably thrown everything at you, cancer, everything. This guy's still alive. Like, that's incredible, man. Kirk Douglas is still alive.
Crazy. 100 years, man. 100 years.
I mean, and again, it's like, which is what I'm saying, like, I actually have high hopes for John David Washington. I think that guy is going to do well, man.
Yeah, no, but I think he just, it's like he'll never be Denzel, but I think I can already tell he's just basically, I think it's like the Michael Douglas, Kirk Douglas thing.
He's going to be the Michael Douglas.
Yeah, he's going to create, because I think
things.
I think he's got a greater grasp of comedy and comedic timing. That's basically, he'll be less serious than Denzel and much more.
No, he'll be like Michael Douglas.
And Michael Douglas was less serious than Kirk Douglas.
Yeah, no, he was. That's what I'm trying to say. He's going to be like because Michael Douglas was Michael Douglas was never as serious as Kirk Douglas was.
Yeah.
You know, and he did a lot of comedic, romantic comedies and funny movies and quirky movies.
Yeah, what's called War of the Roses.
Yeah, so I think John David Washington is going to go down that road.
Well, basically, like, he's in this Nolan film, so that's like that's like a big.
But he's not the main character, though. It's Robert Pattinson is the main character.
That's, I don't know, like, I heard he was the star, and then Pattinson and Elizabeth Debicki are just sort of supporting. Basically, the first initial report I read was that he is the star, and the other guys are supporting. But look, it's Nolan. Is Nolan going to pick a black guy to star in his film? So
whoa, damn! Why? What does that mean, man? What are you trying?
No, I'm being real. Like, again, if he picks a black guy to star, I'll be surprised because he doesn't look like a guy that will pick a black guy to star in his film. So
that's a bit harsh, man. That's a bit. What's it called? Tenet.
Oh yeah, Tenet and like an action film. Like, bro, do you even know how to film action? Jeez.
Look, man, he's making James Bond. It's an international espionage movie, so it's a James Bond film, basically. Okay. So I'm like, why don't you just go and do James Bond, man? You know, I mean, you might as well.
Actually, because I think I'm gonna have to bail out.
Look, let me. I don't even know how do I.
I mean, basically, just to round off. Basically, you just press stop broadcast. Just to round off. I'm sorry, guys. That trailer was shocking, awful, and I knew that it was going to be whatever because a friend of mine already saw the trailer before because he works and things. So he said, yeah, it was not really that good. So I was expecting, okay, it's going to be underwhelming and blah blah. I didn't think it would be that, but like that's like really bad. So yeah, that's my.
All right. You know what? Bay out Spielberg again. I don't even know if that's even valid anymore.
Nope, I don't think that's it, man. Because
man, Talkback has been around for like, my God, man, 12. What was that? 2007. 12 years ago. Good God. My God. Anyway, so much has happened. That trailer, you know, my God, you know, it takes things like that to bring me back on the mic. All right, guys, Bear Spielberg in later.
Both the clubs are still going to go ahead and play the final, apparently. But I just want to get your thoughts on that.